Deborah Dahab, your intercultural psychologist and expat coach, and I help people prepare for a move abroad and also help them after they moved. So I'm here to share with you today some tips about language learning. These tips apply to any language you might want to learn. They are step 0 of learning a new language. So before you start downloading apps, spending money on this and that, you need this checklist. So let's get straight to it. First thing you want to ask yourself is, what do I want this language for? Because if you are going to learn a language to study, to work, or to do business in a country, you need a certain level of proficiency. If you are learning a language because you want to get by with daily activities and do grocery shopping and interact with people, you need another level of proficiency. If you just need to interact with very basic things, you need another level of proficiency. So knowing what you want the language for gives you a head start on what you need to focus on and where you need to invest your time, money, and effort. And this leads me to item number 2 of the checklist, which is be specific. So if you want to learn the language because you want to do business, be specific. What kind of business are you doing? Is it sales? Is it investment? Is it academia? So you're going to present papers. Are you studying? So you need to be able to read and write essays in the new language. So be very, very specific. The third thing you really want to answer is, when do you want to have this accomplished? So, if you don't have a deadline, you can do it whenever. That might not be the case. So put a specific deadline when you want to have achieved this specific goal. Then how will you know you've reached it? So let's say you need to do business in a new language. You will have reached the goal when you are able to lead a meeting with locals and not use your original language, for example. That's a very specific way to measure your success. And the next step is to think about, okay, given all of these things, I know what I want it for. I'm very specific. I know when I want it by, and I know how I will measure it. Then how much time and effort and mind space and focus can I dedicate to this now? And look into it. Be honest. Is it 1 hour a week? Is it 5 hours a week? For how long can I sustain that? And remember that if you're moving abroad, you have all the other things going on. You have packing, you have moving, you have paperwork, you might have family issues to take care of too. So be very honest with this answer. And the final question you want to ask, and the final item in this checklist is this realistic? Are you going to be able to accomplish this? Because when we don't find something realistic, we just don't do it. We unconsciously don't do it. We procrastinate. We find ways to make excuses because we really don't believe we can make it happen. So if you find it's not realistic and you can do that, you can score this by scoring it from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 10 being yes, I absolutely can do this, 1 is I cannot do this. So if your score is very low, let's say from 1 to 5, change the items on this list and see how you can make this more realistic. Do you need to give yourself a longer deadline? Do you need to change the way you define and specify this challenge and this goal? So there you have it. And finally, before you finish this assessment, think about the ways you like to learn. Really look into what is your learning style. Are you visual? Are you auditory? Are you kinesthetic? We are all a little bit of everything, but there's usually one style, learning style, that really stands out. If you don't know, if you're confused about that, there are many different. If you just Google learning style quizzes or assessments, you'll find many of them. They might help you, give you an idea, or you can also try to remember how you liked to study in high school or in college. Did you like to read things out loud to memorize, or were you more of a highlighter? Did you like to have like flashcards? So depending on the way you liked to study and it was more efficient for you, that will give you an indication of your learning style. And when you do get resources, tutors, apps, books, whatever, use the resources that resonate better with your own learning style. So I hope this checklist was helpful. Please go through this if this makes sense to you. If this is something that you would like to take to the next level, feel free to check out the Master Your Move program. I will include the links in the description box. It is a group coaching program for pre-movers. We actually have a workshop in the program just about this. It's a 3-hour live workshop where you get to roll up your sleeves and really work into this and other aspects of language learning. And feel free to comment. Please like and subscribe and let me know if you would like for me to talk about anything else related to your international and intercultural journey. I will see you next time.